Hello there, humans! Up here! It's me, Pop! Yes, a talking piece of popcorn. Surprised! Well, get ready to have your minds popped, because I'm here to tell you my family's incredible, unbelievable, and totally true story. You see me as a fluffy, white, delicious snack, but my ancestors have a history that's more epic than any movie you've ever watched while munching on my cousins. So grab a bowl of my brethren, get comfy, and let's journey back in time. This is the story of popcorn. My family's story doesn't start in a movie theater or a microwave. Oh no, it starts thousands of years ago. Imagine this, ancient Peru, around 6,700 years ago. That's where archaeologists found the oldest traces of my great. Well, you get the picture, grandparents. They weren't eaten with butter and salt back then. But they were definitely being popped. Down in what you now call Peru, people discovered that these special little corn kernels could do something magical. Pop, they were probably shocked, maybe a little scared, but definitely amazed. And it wasn't just in Peru. My family tree has roots in North America, too. In a place called Bat Cave in New Mexico, archaeologists found perfectly preserved popped kernels that are over 5,600 years old. That's older than the pyramids. Can you believe it? My ancestors were ancient artifacts. These early people knew we were special. They didn't just eat us, they used us for decorations and in ceremonies. We were the original bullying. Speaking of ceremonies, let's travel forward a bit to the time of the Aztecs, around the 15th and 16th centuries. Oh, the Aztecs loved us. They called us Momochito. Isn't that a beautiful name? We weren't just a snack for them, we were a huge part of their culture. Aztec priests and priestesses would wear headdresses and necklaces made of my ancestors during important ceremonies. They'd offer garlands of popcorn to their gods. Imagine that! Being an offering to a god! We were basically celebrities. When the Spanish explorer Hernan Cortes arrived, his men were astonished. They wrote in their diaries about these strange white flowers that burst from corn kernels. They had never seen anything like us before. We were a sensation. Fast forward a couple of hundred years. The European settlers arrived in North America. Guess what they found? The native people, like the Iroquois, were popping corn. According to legend, one of the first Thanksgiving dinners included a big bag of popped corn brought as a gift. The settlers were fascinated. They started eating us for breakfast, like a cereal, with milk and sugar. Can you imagine? A big bowl of me swimming in milk. It was a breakfast of champions. We were becoming a staple in American homes, but our biggest moment was yet to come. The real party started in the late 1800s. The Industrial Revolution was booming, and cities were growing. People were looking for fun and entertainment. And what's fun without a good snack? In 1885, a brilliant man named Charles Creters from Chicago changed everything. He invented the first mobile, steam-powered popcorn machine. This wasn't just any machine, it was a spectacle. It was a bright red cart with a little clown figure on top that turned a crank. People would gather around just to watch the magic happen. The smell of fresh, hot popcorn filled the streets. Suddenly, we weren't just a homemade treat. We were the ultimate street food. We were at fairs, circuses, and sporting events. Everywhere people gathered for a good time, we were there. We were the life of the party. Then came a tough time for humans, the Great Depression in the 1930s. People didn't have much money. Luxuries like candy and soda became too expensive. But us? We were affordable. A bag of popcorn only cost about 5 to 10 cents. While other businesses struggled, the popcorn business thrived. At the same time, Movies with sound, talkies, were becoming incredibly popular. But theater owners were a bit snobby at first. They wanted their fancy theaters to be like high-class stage productions. They thought snacks like us were too messy and noisy for their elegant establishments. They literally put up signs that said no eating. Can you believe the nerve? But they couldn't stop the people. Street vendors, seeing a golden opportunity, would park their popcorn carts right outside the movie theaters. The delicious smell would drift inside, and moviegoers couldn't resist. They'd buy a bag on their way in. Eventually, the theater owners realized they were missing out on a huge amount of money. So, they gave in. They started selling popcorn inside the theaters. And guess what? For many theaters during the Depression, selling popcorn was what kept them from going out of business. We literally saved the movies. From then on, popcorn and movies became the perfect pair, a love story for the ages. During World War II, sugar was rationed, which meant candy and soda were scarce, but popcorn was plentiful. Our popularity exploded. We became the go-to snack for everyone after the war. When television was invented, our sales dropped a bit. People were staying home instead of going to the movies. My family was worried. Was our time in the spotlight over? But then, in the 1980s, another genius invention came along, the microwave. Suddenly, people could make perfect, hot, buttery popcorn at home in just a few minutes. Popcorn and TV nights became a new tradition. We were back, bigger and better than ever. Today, we are everywhere. You can find us plain, salted, buttered, covered in caramel, cheese, or even spicy seasonings. We're a whole grain, high-fiber snack that can actually be good for you if you don't drown us in butter. But hey, I'm not judging. From ancient caves to modern movie theaters and your very own kitchen, my family has had quite a journey. We've been jewelry, religious offerings, breakfast cereal, street food, and a movie star's best friend. Not bad for a humble little colonel, right? So, next time you dig into a warm bucket of popcorn, remember my story. Remember the thousands of years of history in every single pop. We're more than just a snack. We're a piece of history. And now, here are a few mind-popping fun facts about my family. First, not just any corn can become a fluffy superstar like me. Only one specific type of corn has what it takes. Its scientific name is Zimmes averta. It has the perfect moisture content and a hard shell needed for the big pop. Second, have you ever wondered how we pop? It's all about steam. Each kernel has a tiny drop of water inside. When you heat it up, that water turns into steam. The pressure builds and builds inside our hard shell until pop. The kernel turns inside out, and you get me. Third, we are natural acrobats. When a kernel pops, the force can be so strong that we can jump up to 3 feet in the air. That's about 1 meter. We're like tiny, edible gymnasts. Fourth, you humans really, really love us. Americans alone eat billions of quarts of popcorn every single year. If you laid all those popped kernels end to end, they would stretch to the moon and back multiple times. That's a lot of love. And finally, remember how I mentioned my ancestors were eaten for breakfast? It's true. Back in the 1800s, before all those sugary cereals you have today, people would eat popcorn in a bowl with milk and sugar, just like you'd eat cornflakes. Maybe it's time to bring that tradition back. Well, that's my story, the epic tale of popcorn, from a tiny kernel to a global superstar. It's been a pleasure sharing it with you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons. Bye for now.